is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and welcome to the global launch of CounterSide. Now, I did cover this game already in a closed beta impressions video, but I figure, you know what? Let's go ahead and do a nice little recap, shall we? So let's go ahead and jump on in, starting off with the campaign. In this game, you do have a normal as well as hard difficulty campaign. This is a story you do not want to skip. Dude, I spent the entire day last night going back through the story and uncovering new story. Right around chapter 4, it really kicks off though, so you don't want to skip the story in this game. It's really good. So when it comes to combat, you can bring 8 different heroes, all with their own abilities and stats. You can bring a ship slash vehicle, all with its own abilities and stats. You can even bring an operator, all with its own abilities and stats. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into combat. Manual gameplay ×1 speed, just for the sake of this video. Now, combat here in CounterSide is really easy to learn, but there is a lot to master. So in this game, you have a shared universal resource bar that builds up points. Once it builds up a certain amount of points, you can then summon heroes. And basically what you're trying to do is to either overwhelm or counter your enemy while trying to navigate elemental advantages and disadvantages. In this game, you have defenders, you have snipers, rangers, and assaults, and you're trying to see what your opponent is casting and trying to respond in kind, or like I said, maybe you just want to overwhelm your enemy. So right now the enemy is kind of summoning some of these airborne units, but I have a bunch of ground units on the board right now. So I just summoned some of my units here in the back that can actually shoot units in the air, and there is a lot going on in the screen, right? There is so much happening here in CounterSide, but I like to think of this game like beautiful chaos. Even though it looks like everything is happening everywhere all at once, that's a reference. It's really kind of easy to know what's happening. Like, believe it or not, the more you play this game, the more you're really gonna understand it, and the more you're gonna be able to navigate these combat scenarios quite well. If not, there's always autoplay, baby, and autoplay in this game is actually quite smart, so you shouldn't have too many problems until you start hitting that live PvP. Look at this dude. Emulator gameplay, 60 frames per second, everything on max, all this stuff going on, and not a single dropped frame. Dude, it's crazy. And there's just so many unique aspects to combat in this game. Take this drone, for example. It's an airborne unit, but it can't hit other airborne units. It can only attack ground units. So that's just something that you have to think about when you summon this character. Also, what other games can you play an actual drone in? Like, none. Also, some characters in this game are basically towers. So this character, for example, she doesn't attack. She doesn't move. All she does is sit in that chair and cast haste. So it gives you all of these really interesting tools to create some really interesting teams that you don't see in any other game. Now, as far as gameplay modes outside the normal campaign, of course, you have your tried and true daily resource grind, a slew of side stories, and these side stories are really good. I highly recommend going through this Orca side story, reading all of the text, really great side story, and there's just so many more I haven't even started yet. And in addition to side stories, you also have individual character background stories, and brand new for the global launch, free contract is now the only gameplay mode where you have to play with this grid-based chess system. They completely removed this gameplay mode from the main story, which I think was a fantastic move when it comes to pacing. And of course, what game would be complete without a good old-fashioned dispatch mode? Send them out on a mission, 8 hours, they come back with some goodies. But in CounterSide, there is a little twisty twist. As you do these dispatch missions, you do have a chance to summon an RNG raid boss, and get this, dude, 24 hero raid boss. It's insane. Let's go, dude. You guys know how much I love a game that gives me a reason to use a ton of units. I cannot wait to dive deeper into this game. Now, of course, I'm not gonna have enough damage to defeat this boss on my own. So after it times out, I can call my friends, I can call my guildmates, and they can finish this off for me. Dude, the spectacle of this. You got, oh, this is, I might finally have replaced Exos heroes in my life. I might finally have a new main game. It's a beautiful thing. Dude, this is just awesome. Too awesome. All right, guildmates, clean this up for me. So let's go ahead and hit support requests, click OK, and now all of my friends and guildmates should be able to see this on their game and come help me defeat this. So it's looking like I need to grind out some resources to build up some power, but luckily for us, this game has skip functionality. No tickets either, just skip. So let's go ahead and end this video off with a nice little summon session. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to save PvP for another video. The servers are so overloaded right now that PvP is just not really working really well, but don't worry, we'll bring you a PvP video a little bit later. And dude, this is an SSR. We got the box with the letter on it. Am I finally gonna get my Feetsies waifu? Please. Dude, look at all these characters. Even the low rarity characters have fantastic live 2D. And when you're building your team, you definitely want to read the skills of all of your characters, because there might be, you know, something in one of these characters' kits that is going to complete the puzzle of strategy that you are trying to exude. All right. Definitely a thinking man's game here when it comes to PvP and strategy. And I'm really much looking forward to deep diving into this one. This character is really, really good. When you summon her and she casts her ultimate, the next person you summon has their cost reduced. So this is like a really good character if you want to kind of get characters out on the board extremely fast. Yang! Dude, this ain't the banner waifu. Off banner? Dude, it's too early in the morning for off banner 3000. Yang harem. Ah, come on, dude. I think she's good, but I'm trying to get my banner Fiti's waifu. Let's go back in. I got seven more pulls. I do like the fact that the game will multi-pool whatever amount of multi-pools you have. You don't have to wait until 10. You can do a multi-pool for 3 if you want to, but we're not gonna get an SSR here, unfortunately. But hey, we'll take a look at a few other characters here. There's Kim in the place to be. I don't know what O's doing with her hand, but she likes to do that. That's cool. And look at this, man. This, I really want to make a mech team, an arachnid-style mech turret. I really want to jump into that. Oh, Administration Shield Man. And these characters right here, they're like low cost units, but they are really useful. I'm using like some basic riflemen and they're like really good. Oh, Mia. So Mia is actually really useful for the event that's going on right now. She gets increased attack and HP. So if you grab her, you might want to use this unit to help you get through that event. And let's see what else we get here. That is gonna do it. Dude, my Fiti's waifu evades me. Dude, I'm gonna have to go all the way to pity. So here's the unit that we just picked up, Yang Harem, the White Rabbit. She also gets plus HP and plus attack in the current event as well. She's supporter type, ground type, all around attack. All around attack means she can attack units in the air or on the ground. Ground type means she's on the ground, and of course, supporter. So let's go ahead and take her to the practice mode and see what she's all about. So here she is. Happy friend time. Oh my goodness. There she goes with a little pixel duck, dude. How can you not? How can you not, man? I want to see her ultimate. Here it goes. All out attack. Game of the year potential right here, my friends. CounterSide. Now, as far as getting her ready for combat, let's give her some gear, shall we? So I'm gonna focus on an HP set to make sure that her heals are as strong as possible. I don't actually have a lot of, maybe a defense set. It's still early in the game, so all right, we are gonna be able to complete an HP set. So a 2-piece HP set is activated there. That's gonna give her some additional HP. As we level her up and start her up, we'll unlock this last slot, but we do need to limit break her. Limit breaking in this game is very straightforward. You can limit break using materials or dupes. Highly recommend, especially when it comes to SSRs, use materials to limit break your SSRs. Don't use dupes to limit break your SSRs, all right? Let's get her some levels as well. We'll take her through some salary negotiation. This is really cute the first time you do it. I think this is something they can take out of the game, but this is how you level up your character. So I want to get her up to level 77. I'm actually going to offer her even more money. That was actually a lot of money. I shouldn't have did that. I actually shouldn't have did that. But now she is a level 80. There she is, ready to go. And then skill training, also very straightforward. To get these additional effects on some of her skills, all you gotta do is farm these skill books from various stages, and that will allow you to upgrade her skills. Now, some skills are gonna be locked behind stars, so you'll be able to upgrade a few skills and then you'll need to go back to limit break, upgrade a few more skills, then go back to limit break. And that's basically how the upgrade system and the equipment system works here in CounterSide. You can also re-roll stats. I'm not gonna dive too deep into that. We might make a gear guide specially made for that. You can enhance gear, you can make stats on gear more powerful, or you can just re-roll them completely, once again using materials. So that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Highly recommend giving CounterSide a shot. Definitely the best new game of the year thus far. And there are so many brand new games on the horizon that I just can't wait for. CounterSide was one. We got NEK, we got Tower of Fantasy, we got Diablo Immortal, we got Honkai Star Rail, we got Artery Gear. Like, this might be the year of mobile. I know I've been calling it for a long time, but we might actually be here. Like, we might actually be here for real. Dude, look at this. Where's my new girl at? She's on her way. So there she is. Back there with her gun. Oh man, I'm actually getting stomped on this stage here. I'm gonna have to rethink my strategy a little bit. So that's gonna do it. My name is FG. Let me get out of here before you guys see me lose. Later.